And now we have the pleasure to invite Mr. Javed, Ahmed Qazi, lawyer and editor and columnist in Pakistan. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I must come on the topic straight, using few words. Basically, for us, when we talk about peace through culture, and I have to share an experience of my land with you. We, after Pakistan came into being, were the 5 federating units of Pakistan. And East Pakistan was the 1 unit, and there were 4 federating units there. Sindh, Punjab, Balochistan, KPK, which is attached to Afghanistan. Now, my land, Sindh, is a very, very prominent place in the subcontinent, in South Asia, for Sufi culture. The Sufi culture and the primitive societies, when kings and those usurpers used religion as a turf and a place to make their power a legitimate thing, like others who came through after this Akbar the Great. And it was the Akbar who, the Great, who annexed Bengal, Sindh, and the India. And the Punjab lived separate, independent country. Bengal was independent country. Sindh was independent country. So we had first in 3,000 or 2,000 years back, we had Jainism. A majority of Sindh was in Jainist. Then majority of Sindh was Buddhist. And then Hindu king Raja Dahir invaded Sindh. And that majority was Buddha, but the kings were Hindus. And then the last kings of Sindh were Talpurs. They were Shiites, and majority was Sunni. So these were the conflicts coming on, and the conflicts. And then at that time of Sufi struggle is basically a civil society of that time, primitive societies. So they made dialogue. This was a dialogue. Sufism was a dialogue itself. You just, you have a freedom to profess your religion the way you want to. But you should not use your religion as a medium of hate against the other religion. As Bulla, of the Punjabi poet, Mandir dade, masjid dade, dade jo kuch dena, par kisi da dil na daiye, rab dilan vich rehna. The God basically lives in your hearts. It is not living in temple, it is not living in mosque. And there is a great, great name of this Islamic Sufism, Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi. Dar ishq jism na janam, cheez ajam meena anam, afzoon ze zaman wa dar zamanam, beroon ze makan wa dar makanam. Har ja kharabe rome ashkam, man kaaba wa butkada wa saya nadanam, amoje mohiyate bekaranam. Then I must quote Kabir. मोकू कहाँ ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में, ना मैं मंदिर, ना मैं मस्जिद, ना किबला केवास में. कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, सब सवासों की सांस में. Then Rumi says that in Sindh, they have different name of God. Rumi says in Ind, that India, there's a different name of God. Basically, everyone has God. Now, everyone is trying to search the God. Now, the problem starts when a state takes religion into the constitution. This is the very unscientific thing, unscientific mode. The state should separate religion, because state is for everyone. The state is for Hindu, the state is for Muslim, the state is for Christian, and there are 70 sections in Islam. When somebody asks from Jinnah, who are you? He said, I'm Muslim. And Jinnah was Shia. He was, the way we have now treated to the Shias in Pakistan is very unfortunate. I myself a Sunni, but otherwise I've lived through the Sufi culture, and that was the bond between Banga Bandhu and my father. When my father is writing something about Bhagat Kanwar, he was a Hindu great singer in Sindh. He was Nale Allah Ka Je Bedo, that he preached that you all live together. It's all, you worship different religions. So when he was killed, assassinated in 1939, and my father was writing all the time about it, Bhagat Kanwar. And I went after 40, 50 years to discover that place where he was assassinated. And I may share with you another thing, that yesterday there was in Sindh a culture day. We are talking about peace and culture, that the onslaught of religious extremism is high in Pakistan. We Sindhis have a very huge, big history of Sufism. So now we have taken our culture as a weapon to fight against this religious extremism. And there was that the great day that is coming in Sindh is that culture day, and that we have Ajrak. And that Ajrak is now a symbol of Sufi Sindh. Ajrak is now a symbol of secular Sindh. Ajrak is now a symbol of for every Pakistani. And every Pakistani now gives gift to anyone that is Ajrak. So again, we are in fight of that. So the important thing what we say is that now Bangladesh is leading to the Muslim majority countries. It is probably the first country who has incorporated. And it was Bangabandhu who got that basic structure theory of constitution in expressed manner, not even India. India made this interpretation, power of interpretation. The court made it through Kashvananda case, basic structure theory, and that they made one of the pillar of the constitution is secularism. You cannot get secularism out of the constitution by an act of amendment. But this is again a big struggle of Bangladesh to getting into this secularism, into that constitution. Now constitution is a grand norm. Once you scientifically, you theoretically, you logically, you legally, and the law put the constitution in the constitution secularism, then it takes itself years, decades, that it becomes a social inclusive into the things that now European secular struggle, that you fought against the church was into the politics, church was bigger than the king. It was a long 200 years old struggle. And then Europe became prosperous, Europe became a very highly inclusive society. Only tolerance came into their society and through constitution. So South Asia is one. South Asia has one objective, to bring peace in this region. And I must say, there's a great responsibility lies on my sister, I must say, Honorable Sheikh Hassina, Prime Minister. She is now going in a very right manner, 7, 8, 9% GDP growth. And their Dhaka is twice in value than our rupee now. And equally, she is making all tolerance things incorporated into the society, into the law, and in many ways. So this is very important for all of us to bring back Sufism. And then we make 100% literacy rate, when we make everyone have a job and our growth goes like anything, and we become very consolidated, strong country and region in the world, only then secularism can become a reality. And before that, it will be a theory and a struggle to achieve this. So we need a democracy coupled with secularism. Any democracy which is not coupled with secularism, which is not taking the heritage, because our heritage is rich. Kabir, Sharati, Bhitai, Bulla, Bahu, Farida. I have heard about Lalu there in Bangladesh, and what we have to explore a lot in that respect. So I think this was a great session of the whole peace conference for me, where I see this real position, real conflict has been addressed and highlighted, so that the dialogue, through dialogue means through Jalaluddin Rumi, Mankaba, Wabutkada, Vanadanam, Amsaya, Aftab, Zatam. As he says that, Bashanoi ni chu hikoyat mikanand, as Judaya shikoyat mikanand, Kaznista Tamira Babri Dayanand, Azifam Mardazan Nali Dayanand. Listen to read the tale it tells. how she sings of separation. Ever since they have told me from the reed bed, my wail has caused men and women to weep. I want to tow her heart with longing so that I can tell the pain of love. So you just make these gravities of capitalism down. When this is also a very, this world structure, poor countries and big countries, and that you are this and this, this has also created a religious intolerance. So the peaceful society will be becoming the reinterpretation of capitalism or some socialist kind of things in the new world order. That will be very, very important for ensuring the peace and ensuring peace through secularism also, through Sufi culture. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your statement.